the way that the Patriots-Dolphins game ended, you tweeted out like, end all replay, which I think is a bit extreme.
It was
to be honest.
a little much.
But,
I agree.
I'm sitting there with Coop and Susie watching the game, two Patriot fans. And, Susie's right. I was saying the same thing too. She was like, how do you end a game that way?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How do you I've heard of walk-off touchdowns, walk-off interceptions, walk-off pick sixes, walk-off fumbles,
Did we have a walk-off safety in overtime a couple years ago?
Yeah, I was there. It was the wake-off.
Yeah.
The Cameron Wake.
Yeah,
that was on a Halloween night on a Thursday night against the Bengals.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah.
It was called the wake-off.
Yeah.
A wake-off safety. Yes, I've seen it all. But come on, having a game end with somebody looking at a monitor that we're not seeing, and the game. What a play that was for Mike Gesicki.
Crazy.
And by the way, this Van Ginkel guy, who is Einhorn, I think Van Ginkel is Einhorn, and Einhorn is Van Ginkel. I mean, on the Dolphins, he's everywhere.
Yeah.
And so, at any rate, long story short, Gesicki's being tackled, and he has the presence of mind to lateral it to Cole Strange, big man with football.
Big man. Who jumps up and catches it and spins.
Dude,
he moved his
spun around.
He moved his shoulders so he could gain the first down.
He definitely played tight end at some point in his
Dude.
life. He made a great play.
It was awesome.
But
that was excitement.
Yeah. Hey, look, this is what happens when you don't make the plays early on.
Right.
Then you leave yourself to this sort of stuff happening. That's why Rod Woodson told me over and over again, one of the things he remembered from Coach Chuck Noll when he was younger and he got there, he would always say, play better than the refs ref. There's going to be something that happens where the refs either stick their nose in or make a wrong call, and you're, play better so it doesn't affect you. And without question, the Miami Dolphins played better last night. And they had a totally different game on Sunday night than they did the previous Sunday in Los Angeles. We all knew it would be that way. Division games on the road are different than conference games on the road. Just to start, you throw Belichick in the mix. I thought, Collinsworth was so on it in the first drive of that game for Miami, saying what the Patriots are going to do. Let them get their yards, no big plays. Let them try and get down the field, then get into the red zone where things are a little bit tight.
Tighten it.
And you can't you can't take the top of the defense off when the top of the defense is in the end zone.
The Minutemen.
Right. The Now that's a line of defense I wasn't considering.
There you go.
Yes.
Look, beware the musket.
Right. Hey, you don't want to. If you see the whites of their eyes, you're out of bounds.
Right.
Right. So, long story short, they did that.
Yeah.
And they were holding the Dolphins down.
I mean, Mostert's house call kind of
was a backbreaker in a way. But the Patriots then, in the same way that it's so difficult to watch my young quarterback in the same draft as Mac Jones was drafted, there's a light on with Mac Jones, man.
I think so.
There is a light on.
Just need to get him some more skill players around him.
In terms of seeing the field, like Zach Wilson saying he's seeing the field better. I mean, Mac knows exactly where the ball needs to go. He gets it out fast. He's not holding on to it and making dumbass plays.
Around.
Right. He's hitting his back foot and boom. The question is who is he throwing to is going to make a play that's scaring you to the point where
there's no deep threat. There's no, there's nobody to take the top off the defense like we just said.
Not consistently.
Everything's short. Everything's out. Hunter Henry over the middle. Gesicki. But you can
not
see
enough for Mondre.
Yeah, you
maybe.
Can see the Bill O'Brien factor. I think is paying dividends.
Definitely better.
Needed a little more Ramondre. I mean, the Dolphins gave up 200 rushing yards to the Chargers last week, and Ramondre finishes with 50. Like, come on.
And Zeke's on a milk carton through 2 weeks.
He's not.
I don't know what's up.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's not on the field a lot, and I don't know what.
He had a couple series and just couldn't get anything going in positive. So,
and to me, through the first 2 weeks, the most complete team consistently through the first 2 weeks in the AFC, which is the deepest end of the pool, as we know, supposedly. Although right now in the NFC, you've got the Eagles, Cowboys, Niners, Commanders, Bucks, and Falcons all 2-0, with the Saints maybe joining them tonight. And then right now in the AFC, you've got the Dolphins, Ravens at 2-0. That's it, with maybe the Browns joining them tonight, and that's it. So you look at the AFC with a bunch of 1-1 teams and then 0-2 teams and the Chargers and the Bengals. And then you look at the Dolphins, the way that they're playing football. Tyreek Hill wasn't going crazy, but he still scored.
Yep.
Jalen Waddle didn't score, but he went a little bit crazy before he got knocked out with a concussion. Yep. Braxton Berrios is doing like curly cues
like everywhere.
And Tua, how good is this guy? He is really good, and he has stepped his game up in a way that I don't think a lot of people saw coming. One way to protect yourself, talk about jiu-jitsu or Tua-jitsu as we're calling it here, all you want, that he knows how to fall. He's going to fall on his right shoulder. He's going to fall this way, fall that way. Best way to protect yourself is get rid of the football.
Yep.
And that's what he is doing. He's seeing it, and he's throwing it. And he's accurate. I know he underthrew one that kind of Christian Gonzalez. What a high point pick that was last night.
He's a good player, man.
Right. So,
that was a great play.
That was a great play. Great play, but he underthrew it, and he let the kid come in and make that high point play, which he made. How many kids do you see come in and they bat it down and they don't make the catch?
Yep.
But, man, oh, man, you look at this division. I mean, good luck Black Friday on Amazon unless something happens. Again, if Zach Wilson is struggling like this, how in the world are you going to keep point for point with this Dolphins team? And if the Patriots at home last night, did what they did, and still it felt like that was a 2-score game, despite the way it ended. And defensively, they tightened the bolts. They didn't even have Jalen Phillips wasn't even on the field. They don't have Jalen Ramsey yet.
Right.
They're supposedly going to get him back in December.
Yep.
I mean, and the way that the coach is clearly dialed in and still being himself, like running, like sprinting off the field after his halftime interview.
Well, the steady cam was kind of going to walk with him.
I know.
And then he just took off.
And then he just looked at him and he's just like, trying to keep up. And he took off.
Hilarious.
He's being himself.
Funny.
McDaniel is being himself.
Funny.
He's genuine. Tua stays healthy. Those are the three. That's the mantra right now. The 3 words for the Miami Dolphins Super Bowl hopes: Tua stays healthy. You want to use the word if, because that's everything you hear about the Dolphins out of anybody's mouth starts with if Tua stays healthy. And after the game, this was Tua Tagovailoa hearing about the stat that he's now 5-0 against Bill Belichick as a pro.
You're now 5-0 against Bill Belichick's defense. What are you doing right?
Well, I think our team is 5-0 against Bill Belichick. It's never a me thing. It's never a me thing. And, I don't think we ever look at it as, we beat them once, we beat them twice, we beat them 5 times in a row. Every time we face Coach Belichick's team, it's always a challenge, and we know we're going to get their best. But it's hard to play against a team like that, especially here on the road in Foxborough. We're going to take them however they come, and we'll continue to move forward on whatever team that we have next.
And that's Denver, by the way. Oof. That's Denver. And I think Miami is the most complete team in the AFC right now through 2 weeks. And that's easy for me to say. I know that they had issues closing out last night, but that's what happens when you're in New England against Belichick. And then circle week 4. In the same way I started this program in saying circle week 5 between the Cowboys and the 49ers. Circle week 4, visiting Buffalo. For Miami to get visits to Buffalo and New England out of the way before it is butt-ass cold.
That's a technical term.
So those are important, crucial check marks for them to get through. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.